Hello friends, I am here again for my second video in this talent tutorial. In this we are going to discuss about our first job which I have already created for you. In this we have this file in Excel format. In this we have 10 row columns and 15 rows. In this first is a number and others are string, date, date with null values, then some string, then null values, and then again some strings. Same thing I have done into my same thing I have copied it here, so you can see both have the same data. Then I have a table which I have just created. In this table we don't have any data into my this table. So let's discuss about this. What I did first was to create a metadata. From here I clicked on create connection, then I gave a name to the connection, then I pressed next. Here we know we will get multiple DB types. We had Oracle with SID, and then the version was 12, Oracle 11. Then remaining details I took it from here and I paste. Before finishing it I check that right now no details are there, so it will send some error. But if you see here, if I'm checking this, it will say connection successful with the name of the connection. So I finished it. Now it will ask me that whether I need to propagate this change to all my job. So guys, this will come handy if we have multiple jobs in our system and suddenly the password is changed for some database, or they decided to change something else. Here I have used for only one, so there is no change needed. Second thing I wanted, just remember, don't keep any palette open. You have to deactivate it, else it will throw error. Here you have row and trigger. If we are talking about row, we have main, reject or iterate. Main will send all those data which are not rejected. Reject will send those data which are rejected, and iterate will send data to same data at two places. Actually I never used iterate, I never had to use it. But now come to trigger. Trigger run if will have some condition, that is if component okay. These all are a T file list and my job is under one bracket. It means it is part of one sub job. So if I say if component okay, then if only it will go to the second stage only if it don't have any error. So here I am facing at main and I have connected this. Sorry, I am going ahead of me. First we'll talk about T file list. So T file list will go to this location. this is our file mask. This two has to be present. First, the file list will go to this file location and it will check for all those files who have this file mask. Mind this star dot slsx. So anything that is ending with slsx will be considered here. And here, to get current file path, I had to click on this and then press Ctrl with space. It will give me the list of all those variables which I can use it here. Now come to my job. Sorry, we are already in my job, and here we have to edit the schema. We have two ways of editing schema. If we are going to use some schema for only one or two times, we can give it a built-in option and we can use it directly here. Second option is, first let me show you how. We'll click on edit schema, and then if we need to add more columns, we'll press on this plus button and then we'll give some name to that column. What are the types? It will show us all the types which is available. Then if it is a date, we will have multiple date pattern which we can see again by Control plus space. So I'm changing it to date. Now I'm clicking here and I can see all the date format, but I'm cancelling it here. Another option is repository. For this we have to create a metadata first, which I have already created here. First we will click which kind of metadata we want to create file. I will give it some name. Let's jump here directly. In next, I just mention my job name so that it can detect all these things itself. And then what are the headers and other details, I fill it here. We have to wait till it can read that file and give us all the header along with the column name, column data. So we get these headers, identify a name, and then we will press finish. And then here, if we will change it to repository, one tab will open and from there we can use that. Now come to run part. In this run part, we have two options of running this. First is to click on run, and second is to press F6. That is a shortcut. So I have just pressed F6 and it is building the job. That means it is creating a Java code behind this, and then it will run our job after compiling this, so that if it find any issue before running the job, it can mention that errors to us. So now it is connected. To execution finish means it gave two file names and it gave 15 rows here. Let's come here. The location we have given is output. This file out test is created. It has 30 rows. Let's delete it once. And I am deleting this. No. So we don't have any file in this location. Now I'm running it from here. Again it is checking and compiling, and then it executed that, and voila, we got our file here. So again we can see we have 15 into 15 two rows, but we don't have any header here. If we want some kind of header, I have to click include header. Now with this I can say that we missed this part. Here we have to give the file location along with file name. Then what will be the row separator? Here it's new line. Then fields are separated by pipe. I can separate it by this also. Now I'm going to separate field with this, make it little different. Then I want to include header also, and then I went here and I sync the schemas, sync the columns here, and as it is append, this file is 30. It should give now some different data. Let us see. Now it will my notepad plus plus send message that this has been loaded. See, all the words are changed with hyphen p instead of pipe. And as it is append, so it cannot give header in middle of any line, so it assumes that header is already present, and it did not give any data. So now I am removing append, so it will give only 15 into 2 13 rows along with header. It won't append it after that. Let's run this once more. And here is my header, and these are my values. Now come to the second part, that is my database. Now getting these tabs, we have two options. First we can search it from here, or these are all the recently used tabs, and second option is to go to the database, search for your database connection, what database you want to use. Is Oracle. On Oracle you can get this list, but from these, if you are using this list, you have to mention all those connections manually. Like version of the database, host name, port number, and in future if anything changed like password or anything, you have to go at each place and change it manually. Second thing is using metadata. You have to just click and drag it here, and it will give you all those options. I selected one of that only, and here these fields are already filled here. Then I had an option what action I want on table before running this. Do I want to drop and create, clear the table, truncate the table? I don't know what is the difference between clear table and truncate table. So maybe this must be an option in some other DB, but mostly I have used Oracle and MySQL. Now I'm coming to my first job. I'm removing T file. This one is to show you that we can use hard-coded value as well. So from here, I have selected my first job, one columns only, and I have removed this and I have created this line. Now I'm connecting this row main to DVTWHFD. Again, I want to show you guys here we don't have any data, and now I'm running this hoping to get no errors. But one thing, make sure guys, when you are running, your input file should not be opened in other operations. If I keep this file open and then I would have executed this, it won't able to process. So it sent 15 rows to this database. Now if I will come rerun this command, I should get 15 rows, and that's what I got. Uh, yeah, now that my job is created, I want to show you guys how to export this. First, this green lock means your job is locked, so you need to close this. Then right click on this, click on build job, which location you want to save this job. And then the name of any file you want to give, but job name will be same. Now version, if in case we have multiple version of the job, which we are going to talk into later videos. Now about context, again we will discuss about context in later videos, and then I will press on finish to create a job into this folder, which is empty right now. This is going to take more time than normal jobs, means running the job, other things. That's it. Once our job is created, it will mostly look like this. This is our jar file, this is our bat file, and this is our sh files. We have some source data also. We have some items, some local project. So let's see what's in our bat file. Okay, it's under zip file, so here I cannot uh, open this. So come back here, back. Here our zip file has been created. Here our bat file, jar file and message file. So now I'm running my bat file. So using this, as we haven't used any context, so it is showing default and nothing else. We will discuss about uh, this in details in my future videos. Thanks for watching, and one more thing, this is my second video and I know I need to improve in multiple sections, well, various ways. So please give me your feedback so I can improve more. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned something from these videos. Thanks.